Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got a hotshot rookie looking to see what he can do against perhaps the greatest of all time. It's Deshaun Watson matching up with Tom Brady.
All right, Larry, thanks. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. A moment ago, the pride of Massachusetts, the Patriots, introduced to this, as always, sold-out crowd as they get set to go head-to-head with the Houston Texans. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Okay, there's a tone setter. First play from scrimmage, stuff them in the backfield.
You know what they were doing last night in the hotel room? Visualizing exactly that. That's what they were thinking about. Making that play, having leverage, lower than the offensive lineman, getting into the offensive backfield, knocking someone down. Just what you said, setting the tone early for this game.
Jeez, you are fired up.
When I see a play like that, I can't help it.
He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at third down. Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Here's Watson. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. Being chased out left. He may try and run for this. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
On 1st and 10, Watson. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in.
And his first carry, he loses the football. And the Texans scoop it. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Well, he's going to have to shake out the cobwebs first time he touches the football, and he drops it on the ground.
So many times we talk about quarterbacks and taking care of them early to get them in the flow with safe throws, right? But with a runner, there's no such thing as a safe run, right? Right out of the gate, you're going to be in some traffic. Got to take care of the ball, and he didn't do that.
A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Lamar Miller went to Houston to be the lead running back, the featured guy, but still, I think Coach Bill O'Brien, he might have felt he overused him a little bit in the season. His touches were way up.
Yeah, he was on pace for over 400, a lot of bumps and bruises, maybe on a little bit of a pitch count here in the early going.
Could also be the reason Houston drafted Dante Foreman out of Texas, maybe to ease the load a little bit.
There's the rookie from Texas, Dante Foreman, and he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
To throw is Watson, incomplete.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
second down following the incompletion. Play clock winding down. Watson just beating the play clock. And he goes down. It's a Patriots sack. This is a nice little stretch he's putting together. Remember, 3 sacks last week.
And now he's off to the races in this game because he thinks, okay, that's the start of something big because he's in a zone. He's locked in. So offensively, you've got to occupy him. Maybe even run the ball at him as opposed to passing it so he can't just pin his ears back and rush the quarterback.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. Here now, Shane Leckler, 41-year-old punter, to kick it away as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. It's taken to the 26. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time, and the Patriots take over. Now the Patriots offense, they worked their way back out onto the field. And they got across the 50 last time but fumbled and turned it over, so they'll be looking to have a short-term memory here, Mr. Davis.
Not only a short-term memory, but a whole lot better ball security. Because if they take care of the ball, continue to move it, their chances of scoring some points, they've got to feel pretty good about. They thought they had things moving in the right direction last time. Fumbles, they don't just affect you on offense, they affect your overall team because now your defense has to make that stand up. That was a really nice play, be able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. Brady to throw on 2nd down. And he finds Danny Amendola. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Brady gives this one to Lewis. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. He's fumbled already once, Charles. I'm not going to say that that was in his mind there, but I'm sure that during some of these plays he is mindful of it.
And once you fumble the ball, you know what your team tells you and your coaching staff? Take care of it rest of the game. And that does get in your mind a little bit, and sometimes that slows down your effort in trying to get free from tacklers.
And the defenders know it too. They sniff that out, don't they?
Everybody wants to swarm the football. You know what the rule is. First guy hold up the runner. Everyone else try and get there and strip the ball free.
They only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming. Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. Slant route caught by Edelman. Brady to his old reliable Edelman, and the Patriots have a first down. That time a slant, Brady in general on those quick hitters, he just releases the ball so fast.
He does, and he's so accurate, but most of the time he wins before the ball's even snapped by his pre-snap read. Finds out where the defense is and delivers it to the proper place.
Here's a carry now for Mike Gillisley. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. And the offense behind the chains here a touch on 2nd and 11. Now Lewis. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on 2nd down. On 3rd down, Brady into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Gilchrist. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And it's a touchdown. That's certainly not something we see often from number 12, Tom Brady, although we did see it in Super Bowl 51.
And that's why it's so memorable, because of what you just said. It doesn't happen very often. And think of the momentum that you gain as a defense, not only picking off Tom Brady, but pick 6. Oh, boy, you feel good about yourselves.
Here comes Philip Dorsett now to return it. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Now the Patriot offense set to take over again. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. This is Gillisley. And he's not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. To throw is Brady. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And this results in 6. Touchdown. Now this defense looking like they have come to play the pick 6, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visits. What do we hear during these drills? Pass. Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Oski. That's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
Set to return. This is Brandon Cooks. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Now the Patriots gearing up to go now. They'll start things on first down with Dion Lewis. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well. But when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
And his throw's going to be incomplete. The new acquisition, Martellus Bennett, the intended target. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. Here's Brady. And he's got Bennett. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. It'll be a Patriot first down on a pickup of 16.
As far as tight ends go, this guy's not a speed burner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. But how about this last play? Made a nice catch and picked up a first down.
That's what impresses me about him. When he's called upon, usually gets it done. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Brady. And a dump off to White. Now White lost the football, and the Texans scoop it. And he will score. It's a touchdown. Huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
Now Dion Lewis to return. And he loses the football a 2nd time. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. And that one is his 2nd fumble loss. Not a good look out of your return man.
And not only does he hurt the momentum for his team or even change momentum of the game, But now they've got a decision to make on his own sideline. Does he continue to do that? Do you keep him in that role, or do you bring someone else in at this time?
And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down. Off the corner. Where'd he come from? Well, I guess he came off the corner, but really nice play.
I like when you're able to pose a question and answer it at the same time. That's exactly where he came from, but it's not something that you normally see. Most of the time, we're thinking about those guys covering pass catchers. In this case, he was a big factor in the run game. No gain.
And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and it'll be fourth down. Now the Texans are going to call on the field goal unit. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. So that'll move them up 5, make the kick a little easier.
Now, rarely do you get kickers that don't want some yardage closer to the post, right? It's rare, but in this case, he'll definitely take them.
Now the Texans are going to call on the field goal unit. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. Bill O'Brien, an offensive mind, and he's going to trust his offense here. They're going for it on fourth.
Here we go.
They will indeed snap it to Watson. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Bill O'Brien rolls the dice, but to no avail. And the Patriots defense is going to take over on downs. A reminder coming up in the Sunday night game, matchup you don't see very often, a rematch of Super Bowl 18. The Raiders traveling to Washington. And then tomorrow on Monday night, we'll see the Cowboys heading to the desert to take on the Cardinals.
Former NFC East rivals.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. Again, it's Lewis. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. New England on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Brady now to throw. Over the middle, that's taken in by Gronkowski. They stopped him shy of the marker, thought they were bringing up 4th down, and then that penalty.
Let's face it, they thought they had bent, but could absorb that, right? Instead, they broke as a result of their own penalty.
Now they'll run it on the toss. He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5. And, Charles, you talk about leaders in yards per carry last year. You think, oh, maybe Zeke Elliott, Devontae Freeman, DeMarco Murray. No, it was Mike Gillislee, 5.7 per tote.
You're exactly right. That's not a name that comes to mind readily. And, of course, he didn't have nearly the number of touches as those guys. But still, a good, hard inside runner who can break a number of tackles. And he is very efficient in his running style.
A big chunk of yardage there, 37 yards. They'll run with Gillislee. And he'll take this one down near the 15. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old-school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. They stay on the ground. This is Gillislee again. And he takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. New England on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Now a carry for White, and they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. So on 4th down, Brady will yield to Gostkowski for the field goal try. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So the drive stalls out, but they are able to put 3 points on the board.
Yeah, just a yard or two shorter than an extra point. So no problems converting there.
Here comes Bruce Ellington on the return. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And the Texans set to come onto the field. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach, because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kick...
Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it, and it's picked up by the Patriots. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
I know that taking care of the football is something that's drummed into every guy who plays this position, no matter what, whether he's running it, in the pocket, out of the pocket. But it's almost surprising to me that there aren't more fumbles by that position because of the way that they get attacked on each and every play.
Yeah, we had the fumble last week. Now here's 2 weeks in a row with a fumble loss.
Concentration has got to be there, and he's got to understand how much time he has to take care of a play. And maybe his clock is off just a little bit.
They try again with Lewis. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock.
Now Gillisley loses it. It's out. And the Texans say they have it. They do.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston 1st down. They keep it with Miller on 1st down. He gets it forward for 4, maybe 5, but the flags fly. And this one could be coming back. He lost 6 there on the 1st down play. From the gun, here's Watson. And an alley to run. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
They go play action here on 1st down. He's letting this one go for Fuller. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Texans will add on to their lead. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now out come the Patriots. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, and pushed it past the 50-yard line so they thought they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? Throwing now is Brady. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And a big hit. Knocked down sideways at the 38-yard line. Brady now on 1st down. this one is incomplete. Danny Amendola, that was the intended target, and it's second down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
And over the middle to the tight end, Bennett. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one good for 13 at a New England first down. Brady going to throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side, but for lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football.
And Brady going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
Well, from what we've seen thus far, this is not a formula for winning football. When you have more turnovers than points scored, that's a tough way to try and win a game.
After the interception, here's Watson. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
On second down, here's Miller. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Watson so dangerous with his legs in college, and nothing's changed here as he picks up the first.
Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Here we go!
Now a play fake here on first down. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. And the Patriots have it. And he will force his way forward for a yard or two, but I have a good feeling this will be coming back. Of course, they have the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
Now they'll run with Lewis. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. That goes as a gain of 11 and a Patriot first down. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back to Foxborough after this. They run. This is Lewis. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big, big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because usually 5 on 3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they will just roam and hit.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It'll be a Patriot first down on a pickup of 16. This is Lewis. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. Here's White. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And that is going to be no good. He pushed it wide to the right, and this score will stay right where it is. So a bullet dodge there defensively. They surrender excellent field position on the kick return, but it winds up not costing them a thing.
And that's a tough sequence of events from an offensive perspective. The inability to get first downs leads to the field goal try. And the inability to cash that in leads to nothing on the scoreboard.
16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down.
Flex round. Here we go.
On first down, Watson. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. On second down, here's Watson. Flushed out right. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. That'll be a gain of 15 yards. And that is going to set up a 3rd and 1. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. The Texans on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Steps away to his left. He may try and run for this. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Give him 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs. And now they come up and spike it to stop the clock. Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Watson. Throw left side complete. It's Fuller. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. And that extra yardage makes this upcoming field goal attempt much more manageable.
Agreed, because when you talk to defensive coordinators, they always tell us the 35-yard line on our side of the field, that's the line we guard the most aggressively, because once they get there, they believe they're in field goal range.
And his kick is indeed good. So we have reached halftime here. It's the visitors, the Texans, out in front. As we'll send you down the coast to Orlando, where we check in with our friend Larry Ridley and the EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry? Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Patriots offense now, they work their way back onto the field. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But this is going to do that?
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Now Brady throwing on second down. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. J.J. Watt in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Tough spot for the Pats now after the sack as Brady will lead him up 3rd and long. To throw, it's Brady. It's caught left side by Cooks. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. They get 15, but they still needed a little bit more. 4th down. Here we go on 4th down now with Brady. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. 6 yards there on the pickup, and that's good for a New England first down. Instead of the running back in New England, sometimes they like to call them the passing backs. They get them the ball in different ways, don't they?
They certainly do. Think about the ones they've had in recent.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Marcus Gilchrist. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store. Throwing again is Watson. Eluding the pressure right. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. He was looking there for Bruce Ellington. And it's 3rd down. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
He got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Back to throw, Watson. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
Normally when I talk about DeAndre Hopkins, I'm talking about accomplishments. In this case, I'm remembering that he lost nearly 600 yards in receiving from 2015. He had less than 1,000 last year.
Yeah, and his touchdown. And now Miller hit, and he fumbles. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. But I think a Texan player was able to get his hands on it, and they will indeed hold on to the ball and the possession. He had the option there, decided to keep it, exposed himself and fumbled it.
Yeah, and you worry about the hits he's going to take in that situation. In this case, not only does he take the hit, he coughs the ball up, as you noted.
It should be noted, the biggest comeback in Patriot history. You guessed it. They were down 25 to the Falcons in Super Bowl 51. They'll need to do even better this go-around. And he's going to be taken down right at about the 15-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. They go play action for White. Now it's Brady. And now here is another interception. Zach Cunningham with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. And the next snap coming inside the red zone here. Here's Watson now on 2nd down. Escaping the pressure right. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
Obviously, a big play was needed, and you can see his eyes light up as he realized there's absolutely no one in front of him. And he takes off and goes a long way. Not only does he pick up a first down, but a big gain to boot.
And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Now Watson. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
They may be snapping the ball near the goal line, but all you're thinking defensively, keep them out of the end zone. Force the incompletion, force him into going for 3, and not give it up 6.
Flush to his right. And he will not get away. He's sacked back around the 3-yard line. David Harris able to get in there and drop him behind the line. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. from the right hash. And the holder's going to keep it. He's going to try to run for it. And he's not going to get there. They tackle him at the 2. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work.
And sometimes pride wins, doesn't it? Because, yes, they're getting steamrolled here right now. They're down big, and they're going to try a fake field goal against them. Yeah, I'm not supposed to root, but good for them for stopping that one and showing that they haven't given up on this game.
Yeah, I just can't believe, though, that they tried to fake with this wide of a margin up that big. But like you said, kudos to the D.
Yeah, if the blood wasn't bad before,
it is now.
It might have started that way now.
They were looking for a cushion from that end zone. He gave it to him, 15 big yards. Throwing on first down is Brady. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Carlos Watkins in there to record the second sack of his young NFL career. Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter. Play action, now it's Brady. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Brian Cushing. And he'll get this back down to about the 12-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sideline, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. And they'll run forward with Miller. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Lamar Miller, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Texans use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken about the 12. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
Brady to throw on second down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
On third down, that's Lewis, and he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. It'll be a gain of 5, and the punt team will now come out on fourth down.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
Now this is fielded in the end zone. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Texans will take over at the 20. They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
They'll run it again with Miller. They find some open field here. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So 5 yards remain now, still first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Call it a gain of a couple there as it'll leave him with a second and just 3.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and into the game situations about how much time's on the board and what you need to do? Sometimes you don't have to worry about that. That's just smart football. That kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
That goes for a gain of 31.
And depending on the type of screen called, especially when you're throwing it with one of your wideouts, it's different blocking. Sometimes you get great blocking from the other wide receivers helping you. And how about sometimes getting it from the offensive linemen who sell it like a regular screen pass and then get out.
Let's go.
Play action for Miller. Now Watson. Flush. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Shea McClellan in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon.
Come on, let's go. What? None.
Off of play action, it's Watson. Eluding the pressure right. This will be caught inside the 10. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Now that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
Watson now to throw. Caught. It's Ellington. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 14 yards there on the pickup, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. From the red zone now, Watson. Completion left side to Miller. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Another 13 yards there twice in a row, and they're on the move. Another first down as well.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catch.
And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Will Fuller, his second touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Texans continue to pour it on. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Patriot offense now set to come back out onto the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut it, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
On second down, they'll try and run the counter. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Patriot first down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. Here's Gillisley. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over, is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak. Not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
Now Brady. And they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now 4th down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Yeah, yikes. Terrible kick headed straight for the sidelines. And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line. So the Patriots coming out now. Here's Ryan Allen now as he's on to punt for New England. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
They begin with a run by Miller. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
But Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. Now it's Watson. Hard throw, incomplete. Well, too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
They really turned it loose, didn't they? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
On 4th down, Watson. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. That's good for a Texan 1st down, a 12-yard pickup. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
So now the offense is facing a 1st down and 20 after that last mistake. Watson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Miller. It'll be a gain of 15 on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. 2nd and 5. And they're going to go soft on the corners. To the air yet again, Watson. And that's complete. It's Allington. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
Watson looks to throw again. Throw left side complete. That's Fuller. No gain on the play there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, the stats that matter on this play don't help a team very much unless, of course, you're playing defense.
If you're getting points per reception, you got a reception, but yeah, no yardage. Great job by the defense, though. They read through that one.
They read through it, gave up no yardage, and people got credit for tackles. Pretty good deal. The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Dante Hightower in there to record another sack, their 6th of the afternoon. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. Then with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Here's Watson, and that's complete. It's Ellington. But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. Bill O'Brien rolls the dice, but to no avail. And the Patriots take over, and they're going to have terrific field position. Brady going to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Martellus Bennett, the intended receiver. Third down here.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here. That looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. Now Brady got to have this one. The 20. Got a man. It's Amendola. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it. That's a whole lot of points still to be down. But congratulations, they're still fighting, and they scored another touchdown.
Like my old high school coach used to say, Charles, he said, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and sometimes you wish you never had showed up.
Could have saved the gas money, the hotel, what have you, huh?
Fairly short kick, taking it to 14 here. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And now out comes Houston. They come into enemy territory, and I don't care what the matchup is in the National Football League. You're up like this late in the game on the road. This feels pretty good.
Oh, it feels fantastic. Anytime you get a road victory in the NFL, that's a big-time accomplishment. And to do it this convincingly, that just tears up the script that every home team has, which is nobody comes into our house and pushes us around. They took care of business today.
Yeah, they pushed around, and now the final stages of this one. And Watson's going to throw it here. Quick hitch, complete. It's Hopkins. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 23 yards on the play.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
Here's Watson. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a first down.
Come on, let's go. Flex round. Flex round. Let's go.
Now a first down throw. Watson. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
That one didn't quite make it to the target, but that's not always a function of the strength of the arm of the quarterback, is it? Sometimes there's just too much pressure there. In any case, the ball doesn't arrive.
A quick hitter complete. It's Hopkins. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Texans, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. And they will head home next week to take on the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for the Patriots, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Carolina Panthers. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. And with that, we say so long from Foxborough.